Okay, stream has gone live. Good evening, guys. It's Jock here, also known as Meowsers with Delirium. We're just about to get a game going here for two of our ranked teams, which is SE Oxygen and SE Fire. These guys are our two ranked teams in our community that we actually run here at Solace Evolution. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up the channels. I'm going to find out who the team captains are, and then I'm going to bring them down into the channel so they can pick a side in which they want. So I'm just going to find out from Oxygen who they want. So give me a second.
Channel switch.
Right, guys. Known as Meowsers with Delirium. We just. Whoa.
Yes, sir.
Right, guys.
I'm not doing this.
Right, guys. Who's your team captain?
Then me.
It's going to be you, yeah.
Oh god.
What?
We
What?
talked
Oh,
about
oh.
this.
Who is your team captain?
Yeah, okay.
Just
Okay.
gotta pick head or tails, I think.
Right. So okay.
Whatever.
Who is it?
What?
Who's your team captain?
Okay, I'll fucking do it.
Right.
Dracon.
Okay.
Raycon.
User was moved out of your channel. Channel
Right.
switch.
Who is your team captain?
Rocksteady.
User was moved out of your channel.
Right, guys. So this is what's going to happen after I do this. You guys, the first person to pick a coin side is going to be the person that actually gets the actual sides in which you're going to do. So if you want either team 1 or team 2, I'm going to flip a coin. The first person to say heads or tails gets it. I'm going to say in 3, 2, 1, cool.
Heads.
Tails.
Right, tails actually won. So
Fuck.
that was that Rocksteady?
That
No,
was me.
yeah, it was him.
Okay, so you get to choose the side. So which side do you want?
Well, let them first pick.
Well, okay, so they have blue side. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to move you guys back up to your respective channels now. Good luck, guys. Have fun during the games and play well. Catch you guys in a bit.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved out
Alright,
of your
guys, so
channel.
now that we've got the games up and running, they've picked their sides, so we're going to see what they choose. We're going to start the game off in 2 seconds, so let's see what's going on here. I'm just going to load up the stream in the background so I can actually see what's actually going on, otherwise that won't be a very good idea. So just while we've got the stream open, right, so we're just waiting for Smurf to get back until we start. So as soon as we're back on, we get the games going and then we should be ready to go. So let's start when we are ready. Delirium, are you here?
Yes, I am here.
Good stuff.
Obviously, the spectates, so I can't jump
Yep.
in and what the bands are.
I know, I'll do that for now. So we're going to have Delirium coming in after the first lot of bands have actually gone off and everything else. So we're waiting to see what the first picks and what the first bands actually are, guys. Let's see, it looks as though the stream is a little bit delayed. So Kha'Zix is the first ban for SE Fire. Let's have a look. Oxygen, pick out Vi. That's a good hard two junglers there that are actually very good, strong carry junglers. So you want to get those out of the way. They are very, very strong at the moment in this current early game meta. So it's very important for them to get banned out or first picked. Let's see what the second pick's going to be for Team Fire. And it looks like it's going to be a LeBlanc and a Wukong coming out from their Fire there. They banned LeBlanc, and it looks like Oxygen have gone for a Wukong ban. That's another jungler there. That's probably aimed at XM4 because he does like a bit of Vi as well. So we'll have to see those two junglers banned out. XM4 is very strong in the jungle. So we'll have to wait and see what their last ban's going to be. LeBlanc, not a targeted ban, but obviously a good champion to get rid of at mid lane. Pantheon being an exceptionally strong champion both in lane and obviously in the jungle now as well. Coming out there from SE Fire, and the last ban from SE Auction is going to be Thresh. So that's obviously good to see. A good support being banned out. He's extremely strong in the laning phase, and he brings a lot to the team fight as well. So we'll have to wait and see what goes on here. Now, Smurf is going to be first pick in here. I have to wait and see what he chooses. Remember, guys, that this is tournament draft, so we want to make sure that, you know, everything is fair and everything's actually, you know, to standard here of what the league uses. It looks like it's going to be a Morgana. Now, I don't think that Smurf is going to play that at top lane, so I think that's probably a support pick. Looks as though the Elise is coming out for the jungle, and the Leona pick as well, straight into a Morgana. So we'll have to wait and see what comes out of that as well. So it's a good strong lane at bot lane. Leona has that direct perfect engage that she likes to use. Absolutely clutch ultimates that she can bring out there. The amount of CC and everything else that she actually has, he's absolutely huge. So bot lane should be very, very aggressive, it looks like, coming out from Auction. But that is actually a good pick. Lucian can actually get away from the Leona, can actually draw it into an E underneath a turret for a dive as well. So he can obviously come in, so that's a good pick there for copy and paste. He's not going to be playing that as well, as he is the team's support, so that's obviously a pick for somebody else. Looks as though XM4 is going to choose Kayle. I don't think that that's going to be a jungle pick either. No, he's going to go for a Nocturne or a Hecarim. Let's see what they have to choose here. See what he's going to pick up for the team. It's going to be a Hecarim, so that is going to be a heavy carry jungle in the actual jungle itself. That's a huge jungler there. So we'll have to wait and see what that brings out. It looks as though Ezreal is going to be picked up by it. Then, just having a look here, using the heal is actually very, very good, considering that heal has just had a recent update. It does look as though it will be coming into a couple of AD carries meta. I don't think that it's going to be highly useful against Ignite still as much as the burst of what Barrier is, but it does give you a speed increase, and it does get rid of health debuffs as well. So it's obviously very, very strong. Looks as though Renekton is a good safe pick there as well from Bloodshot. So that's going to definitely be a top lane. It looks like Oxygen's picking their picks that they actually want. Oh, he actually locks in a Caitlyn instead of an Ezreal. So that's obviously a really good pick as well. The amount of poke that they've got going on there. Traps into Leona is actually very, very good. Those cupcakes are very, very dangerous as well. Looks as though that's going to be a Shyvana. That might be a top lane. In fact, it probably is going to be a top lane Shyvana versus a Renekton. That's going to be a very stale lane, I think. I don't think there's going to be much there. Renekton does do well versus Shyvana early, but Shyvana does outscale Renekton due to the late game of her E, which is her percentage damage on hit, which is very, very strong in the late game as well. Looks as though that's going to be an Orianna pickup for mid lane for Rocksteady as well. Just looking at the teams now, I don't know whether Orianna's going to be an amazing choice here, because they don't have that much team fight, but they do want to drag people into Morgana's ult as well. And it is going to be a lock-in on the Orianna, so that should be very, very interesting from the mid lane. Remember, Oxygen hasn't chosen their mid lane yet, so we'll have to wait and see what goes on. It looks like it's going to be an instant lock-in for the Zed, so that's a huge pick. I don't know whether Rocksteady wants to take, you know, Barrier. That might be a good idea versus a Zed, so I have to just wait and see. It looks as though Smurf will be going top lane with that Shyvana, like I thought. Copy and paste on the Morgana. XM4 in the jungle on Hecarim. That is his favoured jungle, so that is one of his best. That's his best jungle actually, that he's most solid on. It looks as though we're going to have Lucian into the bot lane with a heal as well, and Rocksteady with Ignite on Orianna in the mid lane. On purple team, it's going to be Elise in the jungle, so that's going to be a good strong early game jungler. She obviously does scale very very well into the late game as well. Leona and a Caitlyn at bot lane running heal and Ignite each, so that should be a very very tight game too. Obviously Renekton at top versus Smurf, that should be very awesome as well. It should be very close as well. And also we have the Orianna versus the Zed at mid lane. Now Zed is obviously a very strong assassin based champion, but as we all know, Orianna does have a lot of resistances and she does have that shield as well. So she is more of a support mid. She does need a lot of farm, she does need items to be effective, and she's very much a team based champion. She's not one of those champions where you can get in, assassinate and destroy people. She's more into the flow of getting her team into a position where the rest of her team can engage. So it looks as though, what I would guess, the Orianna will ball the Hecarim, and the Hecarim will go in, and there will be vast amounts of CC coming out from Team Fire, and they'll try and pick off as many targets as possible in a high-end engage in a team fight. That along with a Morgana and obviously a Lucian as well. There's a lot of team fighting potential coming out from Fire. Oxygen, however, they're looking for more an assassin-based kind of poke ranged sort of team with that Elise shutdown and hard CC coming in from the Leona, which is obviously very very good. Caitlyn has a great amount of poke. She's one of the strongest pokers in League, probably the strongest. It's a very safe lane to choose. She does fall off late game just because her toolkit is not very good. It does actually fall off. I wouldn't say that she's one of the hardest carries in the game. But she does do exceptionally well. I don't know whether the Renekton's gonna be much use at getting towards the backline of Fire here. He obviously wants to try and get in and disrupt Mecha as much as he possibly can. But obviously, even with the stun, you know, you're looking at Mecha really just getting away there. So he also has that heal to get away very very fast. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to go on. So we've got 40 seconds left before the start of the game. Just looking at the teams, I'm going to put my money onto SE Fire if they do bring it out, just because of the team champions that they've got and their AoE team comp. They can actually just obliterate Oxygen in a team fight because they are quite squishy. Even though they do have a Leona and a Renekton, they are much squishier than Team Fire, so they don't really want to engage. They just want to try and pick people off. Assassination would be the best choice here from Zed going on to Mecha. So we'll wait and see once the game gets going. But I don't really know. We'll just have to take a look and see. Just while we're loading into the game, guys, we are Solace Evolution. So we obviously are a gaming community here. Just running a game tonight of two of our ranked teams, SE Fire and SE Oxygen as well. We are obviously looking for more people to join our community. So if you are watching the stream and you are a newcomer, please don't be afraid to join us. Their links are absolutely everywhere to join our community. You know, we've got a 65-man TS. It's anyone can join and have fun. And you know, if anyone's interested in it, you know, you're more than welcome to join. And we'll be more than happy to slot you into a team, or if you play other games, you know, such as Diablo, or you know, even if you play, you know, Dota 2, you know, there's loads of other games that we play, and we try and cover it all. So just make sure that you check out our website, which is solaceevolution.co.uk, or you can click any amount of the available banners below. But if in doubt, just watch the stream, enjoy the fun that's going to be happening in these games. Remember, these are two very high ranked teams as well. These are some of the best ranked players that we've got in our community. So the game actually here should be extremely tight. As you can see, the borders are very, very close. There's 4 platinums for oxygen, and there's actually 1 silver in there for oxygen as well. There's 2 plats and 3 golds for fire as well. So it's actually very, very, very close.